Hello everyone, Emma here with your new moon in Aries report. So we have, are you ready? So we have our new moon solar eclipse in Aries. And this new moon is a little bit different because of the fact the solar eclipse is there as well, okay? Are you ready to shift? We have our moon on the 29th of March at 9 degrees, dependent on where you live on the earth, okay? It's at 6:58 a.m. Eastern Time, 10:58 a.m. UK time. Our tagline for this new moon is your cosmic push to be different. Take a risk and revolutionize your path. Solar eclipses are like cosmic resets, okay? They bring in sudden shifts, revealing hidden truths that we may not know about, okay? And what this does, these hidden truths, is they invite in a new direction. During a new moon, we're already in a space of new beginnings. And that's a big thing in and of itself already, because we're already in this new beginning energy. But when it's combined with the powerful energy of an eclipse, it's like a doorway opening into a completely new chapter. Now you're ready for that? Could be a new chapter coming in so that you can begin something different and rewire the energetic vibration of what you're currently in. However, because of the eclipse's unpredictability, and the eclipses can be unpredictable in nature, they can also be great moments of uncertainty that urge us to trust the unseen. An eclipse occurs close to the nodal axis, with this one being closer to the actual north node of the moon than it actually is to any other area, okay? So we may be heading into unknown territory, yet there is a sense of deep calm emanating from each one of us because we are actually ready to shift. And also there's a sense of understanding that it is going to be a little bit of an adventure. So the new moon itself is always a beginning space, a fresh start. And with it in Aries, we have nothing more than a real push to moving forward, to taking ourselves out of spaces that are stuck, and move into a sense of action, independence, and courage. We are being urged to be fearless, to set intentions, and initiate new beginnings, really. Now remember, Aries is ruled by Mars, which is also interesting. And this new moon feels bold, a very bold, may I add, action. And it's really a time to spark new projects, take risks, and basically just get yourself in a place that you are trusting your instincts to move yourself forward into greater, newer spaces. So yes, I'm going to pause for 2 seconds just. So trusting our instincts isn't everything, because this is in an energy also of the Mercury retrograde for this particular new moon, and it's asking us to pause, to reflect, and to reevaluate how we actually assert ourselves and actually communicate in our lives. You see, the thing with this is we've got this kind of balancing act, right? Because we've got this Mercury retrograde here, and we've got this new moon and a solar eclipse. So the new moon and the solar eclipse are saying come on, and the Mercury retrograde is saying take pause. So this new moon calls for a balance of courage and reflection. It's urging us to think before leaping, but also to trust the instincts that come from the heart. With a lot of energy in Aries and Pisces, we are guaranteed a momentous shift in this new moon. Now do remember, a solar eclipse's effects and energies can be felt for up to 6 months after the actual event. So there's kind of always a sense of this kind of movement push that sort of spans through. So because we're in March, so April, May, June, July, August, September, so this takes us all the way to September. Now there's always a sense of get going with Aries energy anyway, right? And as an eclipse, this is kind of like, as that double push. It kind of deals with themes of the plans that you're making, okay? how you assert yourself in life, and even how courageous you are. These things will come up during this new moon. With Aries at the helm, there is a sense of, new beginnings being highlighted, and you're, after making clear and concise decisions about what needs to be washed away from the past, so you can have these new beginnings once you've cleared out what was in the past. Now, the one thing I would say is, what were you doing in March of 2006? Can you remember similar themes from that time maybe rearing their head during this new moon solar eclipse in Aries? Okay, because there is some similarities, and it's also a very similar energetic vibration. So this eclipse in Aries wants you to look at the challenges that you're having. What actually challenges you? What pushes you in ways that you're not so sure about? It wants you to become the master of your ship, more individual and more focused on the things that you're doing, not just, oh yeah, I'm gonna just do this because others do it. It wants you to dive into the traits of the ram. Think bravery, sincerity, and being straight to the point. Okay, this is something that's really going to be called of you. You need to be you here. You need to be authentically you here, and you need to push through here. Aries won't want it any other way. Okay, now with all new moons, especially this one, you're called loudly to take action, to seek innovation, and to be strong about the path that you're going to take. There's no going two ways about it. Aries actually wants this from you, it expects this from you, and it's going to take you into that energy and that vibration of actually shifting in a way that you may not have done before, because it calls for that kind of change. Okay, Aries wants you to be in charge of your direction. Aries energy will allow you to really look at who you are, and also how you're behaving in the world at large. It doesn't like, Aries is a very sort of independently strong, it's a very I-centric sign. Okay, it tells you can make changes in your life. It tells you you're worthy of a new beginning. Now, I want you to remember that there's something very adventurous about the Aries energy. Okay, and it wants you to think of adventure. It's an adventurous sign. It's full of gusto and verve. You're really being treated to its energies. The new moon really wants you to, this whole chart really is telling you a very, very big story. Actually, it's got lots of different energies all over the place, but one of the big things it has got is it's got lots of opportunity in it. And you've got Saturn, the North Node, Venus, and Neptune. Okay, all in Pisces. Yeah, there's a call to your spiritual depths. You're being asked to move into this, to understand your internal self. So the things that are being highlighted here are, with this energetic vibration, with these planets in that energy, in Piscean energy, these are the things that you're being called to. You're being called to love. You're being called to divinity, independence. You're also being called to spirituality. These things are being highlighted. Okay, they're highlighted in a very, very powerful way. So you've got this Aries eye energy linked in with that spiritual energy. Now, these are combined with the get out there and shift energy of Mercury retrograde, Moon, Sun, and a Chiron in Aries. You're truly being called to heal your wounds, be brave, and to stand up for yourself. And remember, Aries wouldn't want it any other way. But the one thing I do want to say is, if your Chiron wound has an Aries element, then this chart, this energy, the empathic chart, this with Mars, is going to say to you, get on with it. Okay, now this is an empathic chart because Mars is sextile Uranus, bringing in the energy of dynamism, innovation, and liberation. There is this real depth of spontaneity being brought through with this sense of purposeful, real shifting movement, right? That kind of, you will be called to take risks, you'll be asked to embrace change, and you're really being called to break free as well from the limitations that your life has got very kind of bogged into. Now, this energy says, please be fearless, because you can be under this new moon, okay? And also, this is Uranus, so there may be some unpredictability with what I've just said for that particular aspect, okay? Or even things appearing out of nowhere. Now, there is something in that. Think about that. Something coming out of nowhere and you suddenly getting a whole new opportunity. All right. And it's like, you know, just be aware that that is something that's being brought in for you. Now, remember, Uranus is radical, rebellious. There's nothing normal about Uranus. Beware not to let its impulsivity take over. And do be intentional about your shifts, okay? There's also a supportive element, though, coming in from Mars in Cancer, trine Saturn in Pisces, okay? Think action and emotional discipline, right? This is smooth, it's supportive, and it's flow. It's asking you to think steady progress that will assist you to build this great new something that is, you know, something that you've been kind of meaningfully wanting, especially if you've they're linked to your home, your emotional growth, you know, that kind of thing, because we've got that energy here, and also the energetic vibration of spiritual development that is highlighted in these areas. Now, this trine is going to give you the ability to move forward with emotional awareness and a real deep sense of determination, that this kind of energy that links to purpose, and it's asking you to make lasting changes in your emotional world. This is a very beautiful aspect, okay? And it's going to help you to build something like a new home, a new life structure, and a way in which, and this thing is like, will help you because it's going to support you to deal with things in which you deal with emotional obstacles, okay? And past trauma, in order to create foundations that you want. Be careful, though, not to let the impulsivity of Mars make you act quickly, okay? This is about noticing the energies that are prevalent and actually taking the action using the energies that are prevalent to your advantage as opposed to not. Do let Saturn help you to slow down. Mars sextile Uranus then comes in, also bringing in a sudden surge of inventive energy. Now, there's a real double edge here with these two, right? Because it creates this environment that is ready for these breakthroughs, ideas, unexpected opportunities. It's time when you can actually be bold towards innovation, new innovation, what feels right, using your intuition. Flashes of genius can lead you to places that you maybe wouldn't have been before, and then you can then step into a brand new revolutionized approach to how you act, and then how we all act in the world. This is kind of a global message, and this energy will actually filter out into the whole global arena, as well as what's going on with yourself. Now, I do want you to expect the unexpected with this, because you could expect the unexpected because of that energetic vibration. However, Mars in Cancer trine Saturn in Pisces provides the grounding. It kind of helps us to channel that spontaneity and that innovation, okay? So it will help you to steady it into something practical, yeah, that brings you something long term, and to kind of note that, and that long-term stability, yeah? Because while Uranus might prompt a shift in sort of direction, Saturn keeps you on course, making sure that your actions are both emotionally driven and aligned with your long-term values. It's an energetic flow between spontaneous breakthroughs and responsible growth. Uranus in Pisces at 24 degrees and Saturn in Pisces at the same degree point will be helping you to find the perfect balance. The planets themselves are representative of change. So Uranus brings in that sort of stability. Uranus brings in change, and Saturn will bring in stability, and they're going to help you to reach breakthroughs, okay? Now, the sextile between these two planets gives you the tools to ground your vision into something practical in whatever arena of your life you want. And this will result in a blend of innovation and stability that's totally balanced with Uranus's influence. But, you know, be careful of rebelling against the status quo, because Uranus might want that, but then Saturn's probably going to help you to do that in a maybe more disciplined way. There's also a very intense element in this chart with Mercury retrograde in Aries, which is sextile Pluto in Aquarius, bringing a need to go back and reassess something. And then Pluto is going to bring in transformative energy. The link of these two planets will assist you to revisit past ideas, beliefs, and communications. The sextile is going to help you to engage in powerful mental shifts that will help you to reevaluate your relationship with power, your ambitions, and how you communicate your desire for change. It has a great energy in that it rewires the retrograde, bringing the capacity for deep reflection, and it helps you to unearth what is buried deep so you can move forward. Now, the energy of this chart also wants you to reflect on your power. It wants you to refine your ideas. It's an opportunity for harmonious transformation, and that's brought in with the Neptune sextile Pluto in Aquarius. It's a very powerful opportunity to blend spiritual growth with collective transformation. It's an invitation to explore hidden truths about yourself and the world. You're being called to examine your creativity and spirituality, and to ask how your life can align with your soul's purpose. Now, due to Neptune and Pluto's status, they tend to influence on a collective level, okay? So the energies may amplify on the global stage, bringing a deep need for healing and shifts in the collective consciousness. It kind of is the energy that is encouraging us to shift towards unity and out of all that old style stuff. So we may get movements and ideas that do challenge the system, and look at the oppressive ways that we've got, bringing in a sense of kind of empathy, connection instead. And this new moon's kind of bringing that melting pot together to create that energy. So the new moon is also a chance for rebirth, your moment to let go of the past and step into something brand new. You may find yourself spiritually awakened in a new direction. It's a kind of opportunity really to clear out old baggage, toxic beliefs, and a deep urge to step into a more collective, visionary purpose or community. So I'm going to do our tarot. So I'm going to be doing 2 cards for the new moon in Aries. I'm going to be using the Midnight Magic Tarot Deck of Mushrooms by Sara Richards. And we're going to get our cards for the moon. So let's see what we're going to get. I'm really interested with a new moon solar eclipse. I'm just going to get 2 cards for the new moon solar eclipse, please. Oh, so there's one here. And then we'll get another one. I should use these more, so that's what we don't get that many cards all at once. Right, angels, going to have 1 card for the new moon in Aries. Okay, that one. Okay, are you ready? Right. So the first card we've got is the Page of Cups, and I understand exactly why we've got this card. So we've got this card because Aries is a young, youthful energy, and it wants us to take that energetic vibration of being youthful, being exuberant, being young, and being powerful. Aries is the I energy. It's kind of the, if you were going to say there was the ego sense of energy, you would say that it's like the Aries energy of I will do this for myself. I will create this. I will be here. But this is a youthful energy of that Aries energy, that of ram strength, okay? Now, because it's cups as well, it links into relationship. How are you going to have new, purposeful relationships, strong, global, good relationships, okay? Now, how you're going to do that is you're going to link into the Lovers card. You're going to connect into high vibration, connection, and relationship. And although I haven't said it much in this chart does actually highlight an energetic vibration around raising your relationships into a better space. By getting to authentically know yourself, you'll be able to raise yourself into a way that is more powerful for you, okay? You'll be able to become who you're meant to be. Through youthful exuberance and youthful energy, young, powerful energy. Sorry, there's a bird out there flying around, but it's just gone, and I didn't want it to go, but it went, it left. Let's say bye. And this beautiful energy of the Lovers card, saying, the angels are saying, it is your new chance to start something new. Let this vibration of the energy of the new moon solar eclipse actually bring in a new direction and phase that takes you into a space where relationship with others is more pronounced, in the sense of boundaries, taking space for yourself and not allowing other people to shift you into a way that doesn't really work for you. It's very highlighted, it's very key, and they're telling me that there is no going two ways about it. It's important that you do this right now, because this shift is new vibration, new energy, new things, and your relationship will not be able to cope, okay, is what they're telling me, if you do not shift into a new energy for the relationship and a new togetherness for the relationship as well. All right, that's quite key. Okay, so let's get back on with the rest of it. Our beautiful new moon in Aries report. So are you ready? So our final thoughts is this new moon with its rich tapestry of energies and alignments provides a cosmic opportunity for your deep personal transformation, spiritual renewal and collective evolution. It's time to embrace both the known, Saturn, and the unknown, Uranus, to challenge limiting thought patterns, Pluto, and commit to growth with the emotional intelligence of Mars in Cancer. While the Mercury retrograde is really going to ask you to pause, reflect, and revisit the energy of the eclipse. It also asks you to release and reset, providing the space for something entirely new to emerge. Note developments ruled by Aries in your charts are likely to occur over the upcoming months. The stars are aligned for deep change that requires us to stay present, embrace our intuition, and move forward with purpose. Your new moon intentions now is to ask yourself a few questions. What old beliefs or patterns are you ready to share? So grab your journal, ask those questions, and ask yourself what old beliefs or patterns you're ready to shed. Okay, this will be really, really good for you. The next question to journal is, what new directions are you ready to take, both personally and collectively? So there you are, lovelies. That is your new moon in Aries report. As ever, it is always an absolute pleasure to do a report for you. I hope you got something out of that and got some information about how to let this new moon work for you. Namaste, everyone. Do give me a thumbs up if you got this far, and absolutely love if you feel called to subscribe to me. That'd be brilliant. And if you're interested, do check out the videos above. I'm sending you lots of love, lots of love, kisses and love. Bye everyone, take care, bye, I'll see you soon, bye.